It's time to break down some football.
We got to get our mind right. Touchdown, win.
From the perspective of guys who played in the NFL.
Caught, touchdown!
And a guy who had one really great sack in high school.
Oh, you're so weak. You're a waste of my time.
Greg Camarillo and Marcus McNeil are the pros. And Skraby is the Joe.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Two pros and a Joe starts right now.
Two pros and a Joe. We're just going to start with this because we were just getting ready to record the podcast, and we were talking. We went back to talking about the game where Greg played in Detroit. And if you missed that, you can hear that in episode number 29, our last episode, about why they did. I mean, basically the weather forced him to play Tuesday game in Detroit. And he's telling us this story about how Troy Aikman's making fun of him on TV because he's trying to receive a punt and he's zigzagging all the way down the field.
So, man, I was a punt returner out of necessity, not because I was good at it. They just knew I'd catch the ball.
What?
And so they kicked me the ball, and here I go off on my return. And I don't know what the hell happened to the coverage, but I got a chance to run from one sideline to the other, sideways pretty much, gaining 10 yards. Troy Aikman's on the call, and he's like, Camarillo, not known for his speed. And then the play kept going. I went sideways back and forth about 3-4 times.
Not known for his speed.
And they're laughing. Troy Aikman's giggling. That's the best return I've ever seen. And it's like the type of thing you say to like an 8-year-old who just caught the ball for the first time. And he was laughing at me and giving me love, man. But it was my best. I think it was 54 yards. It was a comedic return of a whole lot of Madden 98-esque moves, back and forth and back and forth. To this day, I'm proud of it, man. I'm real proud of it.
Did you end up with 54 yards or you just ran 54 yards?
Oh, yeah, good question.
I gained 54 yards, but I must have run like 180 yards.
Okay.
How tired were you when you were done?
I almost threw up. I literally almost threw up. So I returned the ball. We got the ball. We were on offense, and they're like 3 wide receivers, and I was supposed to go out there, and I told the coach, no, man, I need a sub. Count me out for now.
Bro, you were giving your best Dante Hall / Devin Hester impersonation.
I gave it all I had, man. I gave him the Dante Hall moves with the speed of Phillip Rivers.
Hey, that is really funny though, because at least you gained the 54 yards. It wasn't like 54 yards of field running and weaving, and you gained like 3 yards. You actually had 54 yards straight ahead.
I went forward. It's a highlight of my life right there.
I would be excited about that.
That's a solid punt return. I would.
That is
54 yards.
That is. How scary is it to be receiving a punt? Because that's like the last thing I would want to do.
Thank you for asking that. So I've had this analogy in my head for quite some time. So, all right. So when you get the ball on offense, so imagine you're on the freeway, everyone's going 65 and you're going 85. That's how it is on offense. You're like weaving in and out, but you can see where your blockers are, see where the opening in the cars are. Like you can plan it out. Punt return is like going 85 on the freeway on the wrong side of the freeway.
That's so scary.
I mean, fuck. The guys that are good at it, man, tip of the cap, because they got big cojones and they got great vision and great speed. That shit is scary, man, because you don't know where the people are coming from, and they are coming with a full head of steam to get your ass.
I always wanted, I must say, I always wanted one shot, bro. Just one.
To return or to hit a returner?
Just to return, bro.
Oh, man.
Like to return, just one. And I don't know if you remember, I used to come out there early and catch like the punts off of the jug.
You had some skills, too.
Yeah, back in the day. And I knew all I wanted to do was just do the one setup. I ain't really have more moves, you know what I'm saying? I just wanted to get everybody going one way and then plant and then try a reverse field. You know what I'm saying? Like I felt like I had that shit solid. If I had one shot, you know what I'm saying, I could have made it.
Man, I tell you what, our teammate, Mike Cyphers, catching his punts in a game, this motherfucker would boom them. And you're looking in the sky and 10 motherfuckers are looking at you trying to kill you. And you're looking straight up in the sky. It sucks. And the other one is Soldier Field, catching punts in windy ass Soldier Field. Oh man, that shit'll keep you awake at night.
That is not my favorite thing. In high school, when I was playing, I was the scout team punt returner one time.
Ooh.
And I got destroyed because no one like held back against me. I was like, fair catch. I like it always freaks me out. I have
Did you catch it, Scrapes? That's all. Did you catch it?
No, it went off my face mask. I
damn
mean,
it,
come
Scrape.
on.
God,
Come
damn,
on.
Scrape.
Are you
Come on,
kidding
man.
me?
Give the starters a look. Scrape, just
Are you kidding me? I was trying to fair catch it.
So you fair called it and then the shit hit you in the face mask?
Yes. And then another time they had me on scout offense being a slot receiver. This is high school. And I went across the middle. Never understood why it's so scary to go across the middle until you go across the middle. And then I went across the middle. I caught the ball, but I got laid out. And I held on to the ball, but I was like, I don't want to do this anymore. This is why I'm a lineman. I'm not going across the middle.
Oh man,
Ridiculous.
Scrapes, if you were the scout team receiver, I'm venturing to guess that the defense wasn't really ready for some real wide receivers.
Probably not, but it's high school. You know, I was willing to go out there and get my ass beat on the field for the betterment of the team. So,
Hey man, you got a sack.
I did get a
Team
sack.
player.
Yeah,
You
and
a
everybody
team
always talks
player,
about that
Scrape.
sack.
I
All right.
I can appreciate that, Scrape.
Thank you, Marcus. Two Pros and a Joe, episode number 30, guys. We're at 30. That's awesome. You can find us on Twitter at the number 2 Pros and a Joe, and on Instagram. You can find Catch Camarillo, Greg at Catch Camarillo, at Marcus McNeil 73, or at M McNeil 73 on the IG, and at Matt Skraby everywhere. You can find Matt Skraby stuff. So we are going to get started in this one.
Anywhere you can find Matt Skraby.
Matt
stuff.
Skraby, you can find it.
I like
everywhere.
the stuff in there.
TikTok.
Oh yeah,
Stuff.
TikTok. It's my new app, TikTok.
Michaels. I have a jersey of Michaels.
We're gonna do the top 3 wide receivers in the NFL right now, and we're gonna name those, and then we're gonna go into the fuck, which is a lot of Urban Meyer. We're gonna talk maybe
Urban.
a little bit about Big Ben, and possibly, most likely, briefly touched on what happened with the Broncos and the Ravens on Sunday. But right now, it's our top 3 wide receivers in the NFL list, and are we talking wide receivers on going into week 5? Or are we talking best in the league?
If you were building a team right now, we already did our quarterbacks. If you were building a team right now for this year, I'm not talking longevity. I'm talking about right now. You're building the best football team right now. Who are your 3 receivers you're taking?
All right. So let's start with you, Marcus. You go first, since Greg is our resident wide receiver. We will keep him last.
Oh, yeah. Save the best for last. Right? Huh? Well, I need to be the last. I'm the best wide receiver on this fucking show.
I'm the best wide receiver in the game.
In the fucking
Are you trying to be divas? Is that what you're trying to be?
Yeah, that's why. That's what you have to do.
Give me the fucking ball.
I'm slightly offended, but also just embarrassed.
Give me the ball. I'm never not open. You know
now you know. Thank you for understanding.
But you had 2 guys draped all over you. But you could have caught the ball.
I could have still caught the ball.
All right, guys. All right, I get it.
All right. So we're gonna start off at number 3. I'm gonna start off with my number 3 pick. I'm gonna take the man, the myth, the legend, Tyreek Hill. I just think you have to have him. So much speed. He's a nightmare matchup for any defense in the league. I got him, have him on my team if I get a shot at him.
That's fair.
I'm going to go with my number 3 receiver, which I hate naming a Ram to it, but Cooper Kupp is awesome. And I would take him.
You into the bag.
No. Well, think about it. I mean, this year right now,
he
has 107 yards per game. He's got the most targets in the NFL this season, and he's got 5 touchdowns, which leads the NFL this season. So in yards per reception, what would you say is a good yards per catch, Greg? Like
16, 17 is monstrous.
Okay, well, he has 13. So that's
fair. I mean, that's good.
That didn't really, but anyway, he's been pretty good. I mean, in his second game, he had 9 catches for 163 yards, 2 touchdowns. I like Cooper Kupp. He always impresses me whenever I see him play. So, Greg, who's your number 3?
You know, you just picked a guy that's never made a Pro Bowl.
His cup runneth over.
Hey,
just putting that out there, Scrapes.
You know, my picks are usually never the best.
All right,
so that's why I get sandwiched in the middle. But go ahead, Greg. Who do you think?
All right, man. I'm going with DeAndre Hopkins. He's my number 3, and it's a playmaking ability, route running, and really his hands. The dude's got outstanding hands, gigantic hands, but outstanding hands. So D-Hop is my third best receiver.
All right, Marcus, who's your number 2 receiver?
I'm actually going with Devontae Adams.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, he's just a beast. Like, he's just almost unguardable. I'm just being honest. You know, it was between him being my number 1 and 2 picks. I just gave him 2 because my receiver at number 1, I felt like just had a little bit more on him.
All right, my number 2 receiver in the NFL right now, it's got to be Tyreek Hill. He's had 3 touchdowns over the weekend. He is insanely fast, finds himself open all the time. And Tyreek Hill, even though I'm not a big fan of the guy because he always beats up on my team, I will want him on my team. So, Greg, what's your number 2?
I got the same as you, Tyreek Hill, and it's for the big play making ability. He can score anywhere on the field at any moment, and it scares defenses. That's why I'm picking Tyreek Hill number 2.
All right, Marcus, your number 1 receiver in the NFL right now.
I'm going with that boy D-Hop. You had him right, Greg, but you just didn't have him in the right spot.
That's okay.
Come on now. I mean, how many great catches does he have to make until you believe
the Hail Murray?
in him?
What was that called? The Hail Murray last year?
It was Hail Murray, yeah.
Oh, man, that was glorious.
That was glorious. That was really glorious, actually. All right, number 2 for me, number 1 for me. Sorry, 1 for me. I have to go with Davante Adams. He is someone who, if you throw him the ball, he's probably going to catch it, and it doesn't matter where it's at. And Aaron Rodgers is so good at finding him. I don't think that he would. I mean, obviously, he wouldn't be as good without Aaron Rodgers as his quarterback, but Davante Adams he's always a guy that I know is going to give my team, other teams, every team a lot of trouble. And I don't even know. Sometimes it's so weird how they find these guys. I think he's a Fresno State guy. He's the best receiver in the NFL. So Davante Adams is my number 1. Greg.
Skraby, you redeemed yourself from number 3 because we match in 2 and 1.
Yes.
Davante Adams. To me, the question to me was, with the game on the line, say it's 4th and 7, with the game on the line, who is the one person I would feel most confident throwing the ball to? And that's Davante Adams, and that's what he does, and that's what Aaron Rodgers does. And man, the dude, he's a beast. There's no other way around it. He can run deep, he can run routes, his releases are so sexy. You can literally look up his releases on Twitter, man. Whew. While Big Man's giving up porn, I'm not giving up Davante Adams releases on Twitter.
That comes up with something else.
Hold on, what happened? I couldn't even.
Greg's talking about Davante Adams releasing.
He said porn. He started talking about releasing.
It got weird.
I was like, whoa.
Sorry, guys, it got weird.
I mean,
as a receiver, I love watching the next man work his move.
It was 2 things about this list I think threw me off a little bit, right? I'm surprised, Greg, you didn't have Stephon Diggs on your list anywhere, right? And then Skraby, where the fuck did Cooper Kupp come from?
I know. I always feel
is it racial? Come on, Skraby.
No, it's not racial whatsoever.
5 to 10 receivers I can think about for Cooper Kupp.
Really? I mean, he's been one of the best receivers in the NFL the last few years.
Skraby, let me. I'll fill you in, man. There's a lot of and first of all, he's a talented guy. Let me not take that away from him. But
is it because he's white?
A lot. No. Yeah. No.
You got to hear the disclaimer coming.
A lot of receivers' productivity can come from the system that they're a part of.
Okay,
and
I can buy that.
Shit happened for me. Let me not pretend like I was just suddenly just a talented guy. I fell into a good system at a good time. Cooper Kupp, he's an incredibly talented receiver, but he is in the right system. He would not do the same thing outside of the system. Same with Julian Edelman, same with Wes Welker. And yes, I'm naming all white people, not on purpose.
Okay. All right. All right. Can I change mine then and put Stephon Diggs there? Because I do like Stephon Diggs, but
there you go.
You guys did change mine. Every time we do these lists, I always have one that is like one that I take home with me where I like go to sleep and I'm like, why did I pick that guy?
I feel like you need a Pro Bowl to be even considered for your top 3. It's like for the Hall of Fame, if you were never an all-pro, like literally never the best at your position, I got a hard time thinking that you're a Hall of Famer.
Cooper Kupp, first ballot. First ballot Hall of
Good work,
Skraby. All right, so that's our top 3 wide receivers in the NFL right now. Now we are to the point of the show where we strive for our best, and that is the fuck. And we have a juicy topic today.
Oh, man.
And that would be the head coach of the Jacksonville Jaguars, Urban Meyer.
The what team?
The Jaguars, because they're not the Jaguars.
Oh,
on the radio show all the time, I get told that they're not the Jaguars. They're the Jaguars.
Oh my
no, they're
God.
not. Jaguars.
The Jaguars. They're not wires, I know. Anyway, the Jacksonville team with the cat on their helmet, they lost to the Cincinnati Bengals on Thursday Night Football last week. And over the weekend, there were some interesting pictures that came out, and I first didn't believe it. I did not believe these pictures. I was like, someone's photoshopping him. He's not that stupid. He's that stupid. He's that stupid. But Urban Meyer, he didn't fly back with the team.
Can we start with that? Can we can we interrupt right there?
Yeah.
I have never participated on any level of playing where the coach was not part of the journey home. That's a high school bus, that's a college plane, or a pro plane. How in the world is the man in charge of your team and a team that's 0-4 not on the plane ride back? I don't give a shit what you got going on. You are defeated and you need to find a way to win. Your ass needs to be on the plane. That's problem I got. Number one. The fuck? Why were you not on the plane?
Wasn't he at a place called Urban Myers?
He was.
Like, how did that happen?
Or it started there. I don't know if that was where the video was, but he went to his own restaurant.
Okay.
I didn't know he had his own restaurant. Man, this guy gets more unlikable by the day.
Every detail.
Hey, this is a great the fuck, because at the end of the day, if this shit would have happened like back in 2000, anytime in the early 2000s to the late 2010s, it probably doesn't hit the mainstream.
It doesn't, unless you got a news camera in there.
Yeah, but now with these fucking cell phones, everybody is a target, and he got caught. Like, he got caught so bad. But I will to a little bit of Urban Meyer's defense, right?
Oh,
when they had the picture of the girl dancing on him, he had his arm between.
Thank you for noticing that.
Covering his balls and his dig up, so it wasn't like she was dancing like and gyrating on him.
No,
she looked like she was just having like a great time, like trying to be too close. You know what I mean? And sometimes guys can, you know what I'm saying, do a bad job of getting people off of you. You know what I'm saying?
The fuck is his hand doing on his crotch?
Bro, he's trying to stay away from it.
Stand
up. I thought the way he had it, like he had it on the stool.
Like you can dance on my leg, but not my balls. Like, it's even more awkward. Bro, Urban, get up. You
can dance on my legs, but not my balls.
The hand tells me he knew something was wrong. Bro, and he didn't do anything about it.
He knew it was wrong, but
did
Mr.
Urban.
Kraft not know?
What's the hand do?
Did he not know?
Get up.
Did he not know? Like, come on, guys. Like, I mean, I think the worst thing he did was when he bowed his head down and went in there like full of shame. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, just wait. We have that audio from that press conference.
Yeah, he should have just let them know what the fuck happened. Like,
can we just spend our whole the fuck on Urban today?
Sure,
that's all.
Sure.
I would have rather him just came in and been like, you know, I'm just, you know, trying to blow off some fucking steam, guys. Like, that's my fucking bad. You know what I'm saying? Like, I shouldn't have did that shit, but don't come in like a little kid.
All right, so let me set this up. This is Monday. Urban Meyer returning to the team facility. He was already pictured with the woman dancing on him, like Greg and Marcus are talking about. He's also got a bunch of pictures. He's wearing an Ohio State pullover, by the way, like he's gonna fool a bunch of people while he's the Jacksonville Jaguars head coach. Here is Urban Meyer apologizing, and then we'll get into what happened with the owner after that. But this is what Marcus is talking about.
Yeah, I just apologize to the team and staff and for being a distraction. Just stupid.
Stupid.
And so I explained everything that happened and owned it, and just stupid. Should not have myself in that kind of position.
Urban, did you fly back with the team, or did you stay in?
No, I stayed to see the grandkids, and we all went to dinner that night at the restaurant. And then there's a big group next to our restaurant, and they wanted me to come over and take pictures, and I did. And they were trying to pull me out on the dance floor, screwing around, and I should have left.
How did your team react?
All right, that's all we need to hear from that.
We don't need the details. Stop. That's an excuse. Stop. You fucked up. Own it, man.
Yeah.
Stand up tall. face the crowd and own it.
That shit. Say I was having a fucking blast. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was fucking having a good time after a L, you know, and fucking I told this little floozy to back up off me, and y'all caught the, you know, the beginning part of it. Like, you know, keep it pushing. Like, stop trying. You know, but
yeah, don't further incriminate yourself by. But he's like looking at his feet like he's kicking rocks or something like. Or just stupid. And I hope people feel bad for me.
I have an 8-year-old, and if she was like, "It was stupid," come on, man, that'd be better than that.
Well,
come at me with it. I was stupid.
Well,
the only defense I have, Scrapes.
Yeah.
The only slightest, and it's not a defense. The only explanation that I can give to our folks listening, the Thursday games are basically a second bye week.
Yes.
Coaches usually give you off Friday, Saturday, Sunday, a chance to relax, recuperate, reset mentally, and come back. So his team could have been doing the same thing, getting out and getting wild. So that's the only tidbit of information that helps.
Sure, but don't you fly back with your team?
Fly your ass back
and then fly back to Ohio?
No,
get your private jet money back.
Not everybody. I've known head coaches to take the jet with the owners from time to time. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So they might not fly back on that every flight. And I mean, especially when you're from a certain town, if you have a bye week that next week, it's known that like your coaches and them will be like, hey, you know what, you can stay back, you know what I'm saying, and chill with your family, and then just come back on a later date, on a later plane, especially if you're from that area, you know, and it's a bye week the next week. Or maybe if it's just a close place, you know what I'm saying, like letting them see some family from down south real quick, then get on the plane and come back. Like, it's not that uncommon. Like, so we're saying that now, like, just because Urban Meyer is married, like he can't go and cut a rug?
No.
He can't? What? Like,
no,
what
you're the coach.
Like,
you're the coach of an 0-4 team.
So you can't dance?
No.
He wasn't
Take your
dancing.
ass back home with the team, study some film, do that shit in fucking Jacksonville. Come on, man. You're 0-4 on your first season with a rookie quarterback.
Listen, it's two reasons why you drink after a game. One, because you took the L, or one because you won. You know what I'm saying? It's
for
win,
players.
lose, draw, you pulling up. You know what I'm saying?
But how can you be Urban Meyer and tell Trevor Lawrence, their quarterback, who went on a bachelor party before the season, and he told him, hey, don't get yourself in trouble. Don't get things like don't surround yourself with people that are going to take pictures of you in precarious positions. How can you sit there and tell that guy that and then go do what you did and have your team still respect you? Because what do you guys think? I mean, is he lost the locker room? We haven't really heard anything from them, but I have heard leaks.
No,
I've had heard leaks that players are over it.
Man, so all right, so Coach Cam Cameron, who I was with in Miami, and a friend, a guy I owe a lot to in my career, but by the time we had lost 3 games, and we ended up 1-15. By the time we got to game 3, gone. There was no faith in him. I had only been there for 3 weeks at that point, and people had stopped believing, and it was all a downward spiral from there. From the sound bites that are coming out, the quotes that are coming out from the Jaguars, it's a done deal, man. It's just a matter of time before he's gone.
Yeah, I don't disagree with you there, especially with the owner having such a problem with it and coming out.
Here, I have the quote.
Yeah, go ahead and give me the quote.
Statement from Shad Khan, the owner of the Jaguars. I have addressed this matter with Urban. Specifics of our conversation will be held in confidence. What I will say is his conduct last weekend was inexcusable. I appreciate Urban's remorse, which I believe is sincere. Now he must regain our trust and respect. That will require a personal commitment from Urban to everyone who supports, represents, or plays for our team. I am confident he will deliver. In other words, Shad Khan saying, oh man, why the fuck did I hire you?
There you go. I was waiting for that translation.
Why the fuck did I hire you? I knew this. He was probably thinking, God, I knew this was going to be an issue. Everybody told me he was going to be an issue, and now he's an issue.
It's just a problem whenever you try and have college coaches come into the NFL.
Amen.
And have that same demeanor. When they come in and think that, like, okay, I'm going to be a dictator or I'm going to run the show and everybody has to listen to me and not come with a respect level and a common respect for the players, I think it's a problem right there. You know, you're not their dads, you know what I'm saying? Especially by the time you get to the NFL, you with a whole bunch of grown men by now, and you got to treat them as such. So therefore, like, that's what his response should have been. That's how he should have came into this team early on, because if not, he's going to have to take it back to the college stage pretty soon.
That was my standing ovation for you right there. I got nothing more to say. That was outstanding.
Very nice. Very nice. Well, we'll see what happens with Urban Meyer. Some are saying that he's going to go back to college. I just can't stand. Here's what I don't like about Urban Meyer, and I haven't liked for a long time. He usually uses some sort of medical excuse as to why he can't coach anymore. And then he's back coaching in like 2 years somewhere else. And then he like leaves wherever he is. And there's ruins behind him as he's going towards his next job. I don't know where he's going to go next, but I mean, if they don't win, something's got to change.
So the thought was he'd end up at SC this year, but I think after that, SC got to take eyes off him.
Yeah, he's not he can't trust him.
Yeah,
he's gonna have to take a smaller program, even if he does go back to college. He's not going back to a Power 5 school. I don't think. Like he'll go back and probably get a nice coaching gig, you know, at a smaller school who isn't like your Michigan, USC, Alabama's or stuff like that, or maybe he just goes on somebody's staff. But I think his head coaching days are looking pretty glim right now.
The interesting part will be to see if he resigns or if he gets fired, because if he resigns, they don't have to pay him. If he gets fired, they got to pay him.
Yeah, I'm waiting to get fired.
Oh yeah,
don't make no sense. Yeah, don't get the lap dance and then come in like I'm already no.
Well, I think the quote of the episodes, and I think we're going to name episode number 30 this, but it's, you can dance on my leg, but not my balls. So Urban Meyer, the fuck of the weekend.
Of the year. That might be of the year.
Of the year, yeah. We're going to leave it like that. Appreciate everybody listening to us. You're on Spotify, Apple Podcasts. We're on all the different podcast platforms. Just type in the number 2 Pros and a Joe, and you can find us on social media as well at the number 2 Pros and a Joe on Twitter, Instagram, all that good stuff. At Catch Camarillo, at Marcus McNeil 73, or at McNeil 73 on Insta, and then at Matt Skraby for me everywhere, because everybody knows. And I'm just kidding. I'm not going to become an Urban Meyer over here or anything like that, but we'll be back next week for another edition of 2 Pros and a Joe. Make sure you share it with one friend, and if you share it with one friend, then let me know somehow, and we'll shout you out for giving the friend of yours the power and the gift of 2 Pros and a Joe. Wow. Thank you, everyone, for allowing me to say that. Have a great week, everybody.
Oh my God, Mama.